There is a powerful difference between information and revelation. Information informs the mind, but revelation transforms the life. Many people know many things, yet their lives remain unchanged. Why? Because change is not the product of knowledge alone, it is the product of light. When light comes, darkness has no choice but to give way. One revelation, genuinely received and acted upon, can rearrange the entire direction of a person's destiny. Every lasting transformation you see in scripture and in life is traceable to an encounter with truth. When revelation comes, excuses lose their power, limitations are exposed as lies, and fear begins to bow. Revelation is not loud, but it is forceful. It may come as a simple understanding, yet it carries the power to break cycles that lasted for generations. What people call sudden breakthroughs are often the result of hidden revelations that were embraced in secret. The tragedy of our time is not lack of prayers, effort, or desire. It is lack of understanding. People struggle sincerely, yet struggle ignorantly. But when a man sees, he does not need to be pushed. Conviction replaces motivation. Once truth becomes clear, discipline becomes natural. This is why revelation is dangerous to stagnation. It refuses to coexist with complacency. One revelation about identity can heal years of insecurity. One revelation about purpose can silence confusion. One revelation about responsibility can end the blame game forever. When light comes, you stop asking who is against you and start asking what you are ignoring. Revelation does not always change your environment first. It changes you. And then everything around you begins to respond. However, revelation without obedience is wasted light. The goal of revelation is not excitement, but alignment. Truth demands response. The moment you adjust your actions to what you have seen, power is released. Many people pray for change while resisting the instruction that carries it. But the measure of revelation in your life is not what you hear, it is what you become. Your life today is a reflection of the truths you have accepted and walked in. If tomorrow must be different, then today you must see differently. Do not despise small insights. Eternity often hides in simple instructions. Guard revelation, meditate on it, act on it, and remain consistent. One genuine revelation, received with humility and practiced with discipline, can change your life forever. Revelation is light that turns confusion into clarity. Many people live in frustration, not because life is unfair, but because they are operating without light. Confusion is not always the absence of effort. It is often the absence of understanding. A person can be sincere, hardworking, prayerful, and still remain stuck if light has not come. Revelation is that moment when truth is no longer something you hear, but something you see. And when you see, you cannot pretend again. Light has a unique property. It does not negotiate with darkness. Darkness does not gradually leave. It disappears instantly the moment light appears. In the same way, when revelation comes into a man's spirit, confusion loses authority. Questions that once tormented the mind suddenly fall silent, not because all answers were given, but because the right understanding arrived. One clear insight can save years of trial and error. Confusion drains energy. It makes people busy but unproductive, active but ineffective. Revelation restores focus. It brings order to scattered efforts and gives direction to wasted strength. When light comes, priorities are rearranged. You begin to know what matters, what does not, what to pursue now, and what to let go of. Many delays in life are not caused by opposition, but by lack of clarity. Revelation also brings peace. There is a calm that comes when you finally understand why certain doors closed and others never opened. Light helps you interpret seasons correctly. Without revelation, people fight processes meant to mature them and embrace shortcuts meant to destroy them. But when clarity comes, patience becomes easier, endurance becomes purposeful, and obedience becomes intelligent. Calm. This is why spiritual growth is not measured by how much noise a person makes, but by how much light they walk in. Light corrects direction quietly but powerfully. Calm. A small adjustment made under revelation can save a destiny from long-term damage. When a person receives light, even mistakes become lessons instead of prisons. However, revelation must be valued. Calm. Light ignored becomes darkness greater than ignorance. When truth comes and is rejected, confusion deepens. Calm. But when light is honored, guarded, and applied, it keeps increasing. The goal is not to chase many revelations, but to fully walk in the ones already received. Because one genuine revelation, properly understood and obeyed, is enough to turn confusion into clarity and set a life on an unchanging path forward. One truth can shift years of struggle. Many people assume that long battles require long solutions. But in the economy of life and destiny, that is not always true. Struggle is often sustained not by the strength of the problem, but by the absence of the right truth. A person can labor for years, applying effort in the wrong direction, and wonder why nothing changes. Yet the moment the correct understanding comes, progress that seemed impossible suddenly becomes natural. The years of struggle usually mean years of repetition. The same patterns, the same disappointments, the same prayers come and the same results. What keeps a cycle alive is not time but ignorance. Once truth is introduced, the cycle loses its power to repeat itself. This is why some people testify that one insight did what fasting, crying, and striving could not do. It was not that their effort was wrong, but that it lacked alignment. Truth does not work by force, it works by accuracy. When a person finally understands the principle governing a situation, effort becomes effective. Many struggles exist because people are sincere but misaligned. They are pushing where they should be positioning, insisting where they should be adjusting, and fighting what they should be learning from. One truth has the ability to realign a person with the laws that govern results. Struggle also persists when people personalize battles that are actually principled. They think something is wrong with them when in reality something is missing in their understanding. The right truth removes condemnation and replaces it with responsibility. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" the person begins to ask, "What must I understand and apply?" That shift alone restores dignity and hope. When truth comes, it shortens journeys. What took others decades of painful learning can be avoided in moments of clarity. This is not magic, it is wisdom. Life is designed to respond to understanding. This is why instruction is more powerful than sympathy, and why revelation is more valuable than motivation. Motivation excites you to try again. Truth shows you how to succeed. However, truth only shifts struggle when it is embraced. Many people hear the right thing but protect their comfort, habits, and pride. In such cases, struggle continues, not because truth failed, but because obedience was delayed. Truth demands change, and change is often uncomfortable before it becomes rewarding. When a person accepts one life-defining truth and aligns their actions with it, the past no longer controls the future. Years of struggle bow to moments of understanding. The weight lifts, progress begins. And what once looked like a curse becomes a lesson that prepared the heart for lasting victory. Revelation produces conviction, not just information. Information can be heard, debated, and even admired, yet still be ignored. Conviction, on the other hand, settles an issue within the heart. When revelation comes, it does not ask for permission to stay, it establishes authority. This is why true change does not begin when a person agrees with truth, but when truth confronts them and they yield. Many people are overloaded with information but underdeveloped in conviction. They know what is right, yet they lack the inner strength to consistently do it. This is because information speaks to the mind, while revelation addresses the spirit. Conviction is born when truth becomes personal. It is the moment when a person stops saying, "This is true," and begins to say, "This is for me." Conviction removes the need for constant reminders. When revelation produces conviction, discipline becomes internal rather than external. You no longer change because someone is watching. You change because you cannot unsee what you have seen. This is why some habits break effortlessly while others persist despite pressure. The difference is not willpower, it is revelation. Information can excite you temporarily, but conviction anchors you permanently. Without conviction, people depend on moods, encouragement, and environment to sustain progress. But when conviction is present, consistency becomes possible even in silence, opposition, or delay. Conviction gives you the courage to stand alone and the humility to change quietly. Revelation also defines boundaries. When conviction is formed, compromise becomes difficult. Not because the temptation disappears, but because the cost of violation becomes clear. A convicted person does not ask how far they can go without falling. They ask how close they can stay to what they have seen. Light reshapes desire itself. However, conviction must be protected. Repeated exposure to truth without obedience weakens sensitivity. When revelation is treated casually, conviction fades into familiarity. This is why people can sit under powerful truth and remain unchanged. Revelation demands response, and response preserves conviction. When conviction is established, growth becomes sustainable. You are no longer building your life on borrowed beliefs or second-hand opinions. You are standing on truth that has confronted you, corrected you, and claimed you. And once revelation produces conviction, change is no longer a struggle. It becomes a natural expression of who you are becoming. Transformation begins when understanding meets obedience. Many people desire change, pray for change, and even confess change, yet remain the same because understanding alone is incomplete without action. Truth that is admired but not applied becomes powerless. The moment understanding is translated into obedience, transformation is activated. This is where revelation proves its value, not in what it reveals, but in what it produces. Understanding shows you what to do, but obedience determines whether it will work in your life. Life does not respond to what you know, it responds to what you practice. This is why two people can hear the same truth and experience completely different outcomes. The difference is not access, intelligence, or desire, it is response. Obedience is the bridge between revelation and results. Many delays in destiny are not caused by resistance from the outside, but hesitation on the inside. People often wait to feel ready before they obey, not realizing that readiness is produced by obedience. Transformation rarely begins with confidence. It begins with surrender. When you act on what you understand, Clarity increases, strength follows, and direction becomes sharper. Obedience also exposes the sincerity of belief. It is easy to celebrate truth that does not challenge habits, relationships, or comfort zones. But real understanding demands adjustment. Sometimes obedience requires letting go of what feels safe, familiar, or popular. This is why transformation is costly. It asks for alignment, not convenience. When understanding meets obedience, change becomes progressive and visible. Thoughts begin to shift, reactions mature, and decisions improve. You may not change overnight, but you will change direction immediately. And a corrected direction, even at a slow pace, will always lead to a different destination. Obedience does not mean perfection. It means responsiveness. Falling does not cancel transformation, refusal does. Each time you obey what you understand, you strengthen your capacity to obey more. Grace flows more easily when resistance is removed. This is how small acts of obedience accumulate into powerful life change. True transformation is not accidental. It is intentional. It begins the moment you stop asking for new truths and start walking in the ones you already have. When understanding and obedience walk together, stagnation breaks, growth becomes inevitable. And the life you desire gradually aligns with the truth you have chosen to obey. Divine revelation redefines identity and purpose. Many people struggle not because they lack ability or opportunity, but because they lack accurate self-understanding. When identity is unclear, effort becomes confused and purpose is misdirected. Revelation corrects this by showing a person who they truly are and why they exist. The moment identity is clarified, life begins to make sense. Without revelation, people borrow identities from pain, past failures, culture, or other people's opinions. They live trying to prove, impress, or defend themselves. But when divine light comes, it breaks false labels and restores original design. You stop living as a reaction to your past and begin living from a place of assignment. Revelation does not just change what you do, it changes who you believe yourself to be. Purpose flows naturally from identity. When you know who you are, you no longer envy other people's paths or compete wrongly. Confusion lifts because direction becomes clear. Many people waste years pursuing goals that look successful but feel empty because those goals were never connected to their true calling. Revelation aligns desire with destiny. When identity is revealed, confidence becomes healthy. It is no longer loud or defensive, but calm and assured. You do not need constant validation because your worth is settled. That this inner security allows focus. Instead of trying to be everything, you commit to becoming what you were designed to be. Clarity produces excellence because energy is no longer scattered. Revelation also gives permission to say no. When purpose is clear, distractions lose attraction. Opportunities that do not align, no matter how profitable or popular, become easy to decline. This is a powerful form of maturity. You realize that not every open door is your door. And not every good thing is your assignment. However, identity must be maintained. Revelation defines you, but discipline preserves you. If identity is not guarded, old patterns and external pressure will try to reassign labels. Continuous alignment with truth keeps purpose alive and direction steady. When divine revelation defines identity, life moves from survival to significance. You stop wandering and start building. You stop comparing and start contributing. And in that clarity, purpose is no longer something you chase. It becomes something you live out daily with confidence and peace. Sustained change requires walking in revealed truth. Many people experience moments of inspiration and breakthrough, but only a few maintain transformation over time. The difference is not the quality of the revelation, but the consistency of the walk. Revelation is given in moments, but it is lived out daily. Without consistency, even the greatest insight fades into memory instead of becoming lifestyle. Walking in revealed truth means allowing what you have seen to shape your decisions, habits, and responses over time. It is not about dramatic actions, but disciplined alignment. Small daily choices, when governed by truth, produce lasting change. This is why some people grow steadily, while others keep restarting. Growth belongs to those who keep walking, not those who only celebrate encounters. Revealed truth must be practiced in ordinary seasons. Anyone can honor truth in moments of emotion, pressure, or visibility, but maturity is proven in routine. When no one is watching, when results are slow, and when excitement is gone, walking in truth preserves momentum. Consistency is the language of sustainability. Sustained change also requires resistance to familiarity. The greatest enemy of revelation is not opposition, but neglect. When truth becomes common, obedience weakens. This is why people can testify powerfully about what once changed them, yet no longer live by it. Walking in truth means revisiting it, meditating on it, and allowing it to keep correcting you. Revelation also demands flexibility. Walking does not mean rigidity, it means responsiveness. As understanding deepens, adjustments may be required. Those who sustain change are not those who never fail, but those who quickly realign when they do. Humility keeps revelation alive. Over time, revealed truth produces fruit that cannot be denied. Character stabilizes, judgment matures, and results become predictable. This is the beauty of sustained transformation. It is not noisy, but it is undeniable. People may not remember when the change started, but they will notice that it never stopped. In the end, destiny is not shaped by what you encounter once, but by what you consistently obey. Revelation opens the door, but walking in truth builds the house. When a person commits to living by revealed truth daily, change stops being temporary and becomes a permanent expression of who they have become. In conclusion, life does not change because time passes, effort increases, or emotions rise. It changes when light comes and is honored. One revelation, genuinely received, believed, and obeyed, has the power to alter direction, break cycles, and redefine destiny. Revelation brings clarity where there was confusion, alignment where there was struggle, conviction where there was weakness, and identity where there was uncertainty. However, revelation is not an event to admire, but a truth to live by. Its power is released through obedience, sustained through consistency, and proven through transformation over time. When understanding meets action and truth is walked in daily, change becomes permanent rather than temporary. The greatest responsibility of a believer is not to seek many revelations, but to faithfully walk in the ones already given. When light is valued, guarded, and practiced, it keeps increasing. And in that journey of obedience, one revelation is enough to shift a lifetime, rewrite a story, and change a life forever.